All right, so there are reports right now. The Sun did a exclusive that Howard Stern's show is to be canceled, allegedly after 20 years on Sirius XM, as his $100 million contract comes to an end. Now, here's
that headline is crazy, by the way.
What?
That Howard Stern's getting canceled. Like that's not the accurate.
Yeah, he's not getting
that's
canceled.
not the accurate story. But continue, Loren. I'm sorry.
Yes. Now let's get into the story so we can get into what they actually mean by that. So basically, the conversation that's happening right now because of the Sun in this article is that Howard Stern's show may not be returning only because he is at the end of his 5-year deal, and the amount of money, like literally in the article, they say the amount of money that he would want to renew a contract with Sirius, the Sirius that won't have it to give it to him. So in the article, one of the excerpts or quote says, Stern's contract is up in the fall, and while Sirius is planning to make him an offer, they don't intend him to take it. They also say that.
Can you imagine you making so much money that the company knows, like, look, we can't afford to pay him that anymore, or afford to pay him anything more. So we know we're going to offer him. He's not going to take.
Right. And then, so another quote from the article says, Sirius and Stern are never going to meet on the money he is going to want. It's no longer worth the investment. Now, I don't think that it's no longer worth the investment. I think, like we just said, that they can't afford to do it. And then they mentioned Stephen Colbert, and they say, after you saw what happened with Stephen Colbert, it is likely they just can't afford to keep him going. Because there have been conversation about, CBS mentioned finances when Colbert's show was announced to be canceled coming up in May.
Howard Stern was making $100 million a year. I think he worked, 2 or 3 days a week?
$100 million a year.
2 or 3 days a week and didn't work in the summer? Wow, that was amazing. Drop a bomb for Howard Stern, man.
Hello?
But I mean, he was worth it though, because he put
Absolutely.
Sirius Satellite Radio on the map.
Yeah,
and they gave him a whole bunch of stocks 20 years ago. Yeah, like he did. You probably wouldn't even know Sirius Satellite Radio wouldn't have half of the success it's probably had if it wasn't for Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so in thinking of what's next, in case this is true, because Howard Stern nor Sirius have confirmed any of these reports. I did reach out to Sirius. I'm tuning in to Howard Stern this morning in between breaks to see if he'll address it at all, but nothing official yet. If this does happen, there is another mention in this article that what will likely happen is that Sirius will cut some sort of deal with Howard Stern to keep his catalog upon his exit, which I think is also fire as well. And then, of course, when this story broke and people started having conversation about it, the first thing that they said was, Howard Stern is very vocal about how he feels about Donald Trump. He's very vocal about everything.
He is.
But they say that there's another source in this article that says that Howard Stern's political leanings are also not working in his favor. The quote is, if Sirius isn't going to give Stern a good offer, I don't think it would have anything to do with his ratings. It's more likely everything to do with this political climate. But isn't it different because he's on Sirius, which is like digital, right? Like that's completely different than him being on.
Well, it's not just in digital. Sirius is probably in every new car that's made now. It comes with Sirius XM.
But I'm saying like who does he have to answer to? Isn't it different for him?
There's no sponsorships and things like that, just subscriptions.
I'm asking you.
I think
I saw the political leaning. I don't know if he has sponsorships or not. I know they got subscription. It's subscription based.
But I think he has advertising. I think his show actually has advertising.
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. But I do know that he makes $100 million a year, so it's probably just financial. I mean, come on, look at the economic climate that we're in, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if they like they said, they're going to make him an offer, but it's going to be something decreased from $100 million a year, and he might not be worth his while to want to do it. Plus, he's 71 years old.
Baby, if I was him,
at this point,
I would go and just live the rest of my good life.
Yeah, he might just want to kick his feet up somewhere. Who knows?
There was a rumor when I worked there that he would Thursday after his show he would fly to the Hamptons where he had his house. And he would stay there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then fly back. And I just thought that was so dope. I was like, man, fly. That's just living life. He would stay with his family for the 5 days. I just thought that was amazing.
That is dope. Mm-hmm. And by the way, this is just a rumor. Everybody could be wrong. Like he might just you never know. He might do a new deal, still do his 2 days a week, sell his catalog like he's been doing, and kick his feet up still.
I ain't mad at him.
He's living a great life.
I agree. Totally.
All that from doing radio. Drop a bomb for Howard Stern.
Howard Stern won at life.
Yes.
A long time ago, by the way. He's already home. He's been home.
Mm-hmm. Well, in other news, speaking of shows and cancellations and conversations, there's another reported, remember we talked about Gale King and Trump making highlight of the fact that there's a report that her CBS Mornings career may be in murky waters. Well, TMZ got her out yesterday responding to Trump. It was brief, but let's take a listen to what she said.
Ms. King, what was your reaction to seeing what Trump said last night?
Well, I'm sorry he feels that way, but I'm just going to do it. I like my job, continue to do a good job. There's a long list of people. A long list. Look, I'm in a group now with Bruce Springsteen, Taylor Swift, Stephen Colbert. I'm sorry he feels that way.
Yeah, she's talking about the list of people that Trump takes his shots at.
I was waiting for Charlamagne.
Oh,
He just got to that list, though.
Gail named all the white people.
Oh.
dang, she didn't see you. All them colors on your face, and she still didn't see
Oh
you.
my God, no, it's all my colors.
She didn't even. Hey, by the way, she didn't even see her best friend Oprah or Beyonce or the vice president. So once again, she didn't see the black people.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Beyonce,
But you know what's crazy though? Hold on. The fact we are having conversations about media personalities potentially losing their jobs because they are vocal against Donald Trump lets y'all know that we are no longer in a democracy.
We're in trouble.
The fact that these conversations are even happening and people are normalizing these conversations lets you know that the authoritarian strategy that this administration has implemented is absolutely working.
We in trouble.
yeah. Well, we'll be talking about Beyonce in the next hour because speaking of personalities, Megyn Kelly has some things to say about Beyonce.
Crazy.
Yeah, and because we're gonna get into it.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. All right, Charlamagne, who you giving that down to?
Man, 4 after the hour, we need a man named Peter Alt to come to the front of the congregation. We all have to learn to be patient with children, but he definitely does. We'll discuss.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?